Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of a luminous 4K screen painting using ambient projection technology. Gain times 8. I'm doing a demonstration real quick, getting this out of the way because I have packages on top of packages. Those are 4 of the 20 that I have to have out today. So I got a very busy day today and I got a lot to do, but I want to get this out of the way. So I'm going to be showing off the Casio laser and LED hybrid projector. This is one I actually showed around a bit. This projector is 2500 lumens. It is an XGA projector and it's 720p. We are standing back probably about 8 feet to 9 feet from the screen. As always, fully lit environment. Because I keep explaining that, a lot of you are going to be using these projectors in your home, your living room, and so forth, and you want to be able to use your projector in a fully lit environment. That's very important because there's no point in you basically replacing your TV for a projector if you're just going to sit in the dark. You might as well just keep the TV. All right, so here we are. I got everything set up here because, like I said, I got to rush out the door. I've got orders to get out of here real quick. And that is, I got another 10 more upstairs to actually get ready to get out of here. And then after that, to jump on my PC, and there's more from there. I have to go download, not download, but go in there and print out those orders. All right, so here we are on our wallpaper projection screen, which will be launching somewhere around next week. The screen is actually going to be 4 feet by 8 feet. It does 100-inch at 235, sorry, at 16:9, 16:10, and does 235.1 if your projector has that capability. The screen's flexible. It is waterproof. We're trying to do some demonstrations outside of spraying the screen down with the water hose, submerging it in water, stuff like that. So you can see how the stuff can take a beating and keep on coming. The screen is flexible for those of you that want to actually use it for curved screens, and yes, they can be linked together to make larger screens. All right, so here we are with the Casio. Right here at 2500 lumens, and this is the image that we're pulling up at around 9 feet back from the screen, as always in a fully lit environment. Let's go figure out where the other phone is at so I can start. There it is. So I can start the demonstrations because I got to run out the door real quick. I have much to do today. All right, so let's begin. Now, those of you that are interested in our Supreme 8 screen paint for doing your motorized projection screen, fixed frame screens, and so forth, we do have these products available on our website. They do come with free worldwide shipping. But a few people have been asking me about the Casio 2500 lumen projector that I kept showing up. How does it look on our black technology? And there you go. And it's very important to be able to have a screen that can produce an image in a well-lit environment. As I explained this many times before, if you're watching demonstrations, and the majority of those demonstrations are done in dark environments, the highlight or high points of that screen are in a dark environment, then that's where you're going to be at. What is the point of you trading in your TV if you're just going to be sitting in the dark? Now, this projector is 2500 lumens. It's a laser and LED. I didn't get a chance to put all of it in the description because only allows you to put so much in the comment section where you're doing put out the information for the video. But this projector is DLP base. All right. The actually, we have laser inside is a combination of laser and LED. It's a hybrid projector, so it's kind of like having 3 projectors in one. And it's only at 720p. Now, the big boys, the Sony's over there, they're 1080p projectors. They're 1920 by 1200. This is 720p at 2500 lumens. So those of you who have been asking me questions about having projectors at 25, 26, 28, and we've done this already at 1100 lumens just to cover just about everything. Now, if the weather's well outside, I'm going to be doing some demonstrations outside also. We'll do dark contrast demonstrations outside because those are the hardest ones to pull off. I'll tell you another reason why when I see black screens out there, I see a few black screens out there. When I watch those demonstrations, they do majority, a lot of contrast demonstrations. They will steer clear of anything bright because they know the screen is not going to be to produce a bright enough image. So it's the best way for them to be to camouflage the screen by doing a lot of contrast. It really doesn't prove much because, like I said, any screen, any black screen is going to pull contrast. You have to be to pull natural skin tone. If the area was too dark, all this would be extremely black. You wouldn't be to make out anything. Now you see the individual lines in his hair and everything. The screen was so dark and so dirty, it'd be virtually impossible to see. You got some people out there who would try to portray black screens as being so dirty that you can't pick up the image. As you can see,
there's an airplane in the sky with a banner right behind. Loneliness is just a crime. Look each other in the eye and say hello. Oh, 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 oh. And say hello. Oh, 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 oh. If I find him, if I just follow,
look at the skin tones.
hold me and never let me go? Would he let me borrow his winter coat?
No high-powered projector, 2500 lumens, 720p. That's it.
If I see her,
So this answers the question. Is anybody saying, well, does your screen paint work with laser? Yeah, it does. That's why I ordered the projector.
the train
Laser projector.
station 3 stops from her home. I have half a mind to say what I'm thinking anyway. I don't know. I don't know. There's an airplane in the sky with a banner right behind. Loneliness is
Wish I could snowboard like that. That's gonna be amazing. I would kill myself doing that. Quite impressive. This is my snow screensaver. I go back here because this is where I hit my, I got my video set up over here. So if we get out of the way on getting this demonstration done, we'll go back a little farther back. I think I just started that demonstration. There we go. So what I'm doing here is, like I do in a lot of my demonstrations, anytime we bring out a screen or anything we're working on, I will test it on just about every projector. I'm not going to basically type cast it on the same projector over and over and over again. I'm not going to use a 4K over and over and over again and again and again. I'm going to show you the application on multiple different projectors. I'll show you on laser and hybrid at 2500 lumens. I showed you the ultra short throw, the Optima GT 5500. I also have a short throw projector here. I got to pull it out too for the demonstration. And keep in mind, if an ultra short throw is going to pop up on the screen, a short throw is going to pop up on the screen. And I mean, it's not a problem. I've done this on the 4300 lumen big boy just to show you the screen does not hot spot, because one of the things you have to understand too, sometimes you have screens that just can't take in a lot of light, and those screens would just basically just hot spot like crazy. So that's why I do all these different demonstrations, just to show you that the screen's going to work on just about any kind of application. Just as long as the projector is not knockoff, because I do not like knockoff projectors, man. I don't. And also too, we'll drop the lights because some people want to see the lights on the 2500 lumen projector. Oh, I cleaned my stairs. Oh, yes. They're getting quite dirty. I gotta get out the door too. I got these orders I got out the door. I got customers and stuff to take care of. So I gotta get out the door, people. Here we are at 720p. The wallpaper screen is a little over 100 inches. It's going to be 4 feet high and 8 feet wide. A 100-inch screen is 4 feet by 7 feet. The reason why it was made 4 feet by 8 feet, because I wanted to add in the option of 235.1. So it does a ratio size of 16:9, 16:10, and 235.1. Also too, the screen can be cut. Now say if your screen has a little bit of edges on it like this, you can cut the screen to size. They can be cut, they can be manipulated, resized. If you have, some people have an interesting doorway, or they might have an area that slants in there and they want to put a screen in there, these screens can be cut. I'm going to actually build a curved screen with one of these. Ooh, that's beautiful. Last one. I got it right here. Maybe it cleaned up. And keep in mind, it's a 720p projector, XGA, at 2500 lumens. And this is a laser and LED hybrid projector with a DLP base. Paint taken away. So this technology makes 4K optional. You don't have to have 4K, and you don't have to have 1080p. It's a 720p projector. So you get options there. With some screens, you have to have 4K because they lack contrast. Like I said, contrast plays a big role in everything. All right, I'm going to get out of here real quick because I got much to do. I will be picking up another one of these laser projectors for another package deal. Look at the reds, the blues, the whites. See, they're going to convince you that you need 4K, you need 1080p. No, you don't. You don't have to have it if you don't want it. This is a like I said, 720p projector. That's it. I'll put the model number in the video description so you can look it up for yourself at Projector Central. You can see the specifications on it. Projector just everyday 720p projector. That's it, without 4K or 1080p. So, like I said, if a screen can't make a 720p projector look good, then there's something wrong with the screen. There's really technically nothing wrong with your projector. It's just a screen, that's all. All right, I got to go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless. No, not yet. That particular screen, the wallpaper, the screen paint is, we do have the screen paint on the website right now. But the wallpaper screens were developed because I have customers who have some people have some serious restrictions in where they live at. I have a friend of mine, I'm not going to mention names, lives in a condo. And within this condo, they can't drill in the walls, they can't paint on the walls. So they have a lot of restrictions within this condo. So this is where the wallpaper screens come in handy because it's going to have something a little extra added to it, you know, to separate a little bit more from the screen paint. But as you can see, the screen paint looks absolutely incredible. But this particular item's designed so I have customers who have restrictions and they can't basically paint or drill any holes in their wall with a screen that's already pre-coated. This is a pre-coated surface. So when you get the wallpaper surface, there's no painting, there's no tools, nothing. All you gotta do is take it out of the box and stick it to your wall and you're done. That's it. So it's made to make things easier. You got some people out there that are not handy with tools. You got some people out there who really are not handy with the paintbrush or a paint roller. So this comes out perfect for them because this allows them to be able to just take the screen out of the box. It's going to come with double-sided tape. It's going to come with LED lights and just stick it to your wall and you're done. They're weatherproof. You can take them outside. They're ultra short. They're compatible. And on top of that, you don't have to have a 4K or 1080p projector just to get a beautiful picture. So they're going to be available probably next week. We'll have them available on the website. But this is why this technology was designed. Because, you know, like I said, we had the screens before, but as I explained in the last video, we had a really rough time with one of the distributors that was fabricating the screen for us, and we just couldn't get our hands on it anymore. So we had to discontinue the screen. But it was a fantastic item because it allowed customers that basically that are not good with tools and not good with certain things, it makes it easier for them. Or maybe they have restrictions on where they live at. So it's a screen that's already pre-coated. We do the custom paint job on them, and you just take it out and you just stick it to your wall and you're done. That's it. As a matter of fact, I have a 100-inch fixed frame screen in my gaming room. I'm going to remove that screen, take it downstairs, stick it down here, and get a wallpaper screen and stick it upstairs because it's just easier. It's an easier screen to install. Just put it that way. Just take it out of the box and connect it to your wall. There's no assembly. You have to put anything together. Stick it to your wall and you're done. You're done. That's it. And for a black screen, it pulls up incredible white levels. And the cool thing about it is, all right, I can see by the, got to rush to get out of here. I like putting my lights on. Has ambient light projection technology, so you're not stuck in the dark.
What's the NFL's competitive edge? The Sleep Number 360 Smart.
You don't have to put it this way.
Yes, it senses your movements.
When you see people using white screens and light gray screens, a 4K projector is going to be required because that screen is going to be lacking so much in quality, it's not even funny. And like I showed in a lot of my demonstrations, you got people that go out and spend a ton of money for a projector because it has high contrast, and they think if they take this high contrast projector and hit it on a white screen or gray screen, they're going to get the deepest, darkest, blackest colors out of it. They're going to go, oh, they're going to have the ultimate OLED screen. They're not going to see it. It's not even going to come up. That's why if you watch any demonstrations on white screens and light gray screens, they're always being done in the dark. They have to be done in the dark. They can't do fully lit environments because the screen is going to wash out and fade. But you don't need it. This projector right here is an XGA projector, 720p. It's a 720p projector. So if I'm getting this kind of picture from a 720p projector, how much more of a better picture quality if you're using 1080p or 4K? And if you don't want to use 1080p or 4K, you don't have to. We can do this in a fully lit environment with no problem whatsoever. The other screens that are struggling to be in this kind of light, the high points of those screens. Look, it's up to you. If you want to use 4K, you use 4K. If you want to use 1080p, you can use 1080p. It's up to you. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Do you want to spend the money and you want something a little higher up on a projector? Go ahead. I've had 4K projectors here. I got that big boy. I got two Sonys over there. Those projectors are massively powerful projectors. They're 4,300 lumen projectors. Do I have to use them? No, I can just use this projector right here. I got a 1080p Ultra Short to Ultimate GT upstairs. I can use that one too. It depends on what you want. But look at the bright side of it. At least if you go 720p, some people can't go 4K. Some people can't go 1080p. It's not in their budget, all right? But at least it's going to look good on their screen. And at least they can do it in a fully lit environment. And keep in mind, companies buy our product too. So if you have a company and you got a venue where you have to have like 5 and 6 projectors, and those projectors are going to be 4K, that's going to cost a lot of money. But imagine if you can get a really good picture quality from a 720p projector. Do you know how much money you would save on your company if you had to use 720p's? You would still get a nice picture, a decent picture, as you can see. You still would be able to use it in a fully lit environment, and you wouldn't have to spend a ton of money to do it. I like to show the angle gain, so it doesn't make a difference. If I'm sitting right here, I can see my screen. Imagine you at home right now. This is an 80-inch screen right here. This is cut to be an 80-inch. You're home right now, your 80-inch TV, 80-inch projection screen with your projector. You don't have to sit in the dark. You can watch your screen from back here. Or you can be sitting in an environment so literally so dark that you can't even see where your coffee table's at.
And you see right there, Long causes, David Long, I think, caused the fumble.
I love that side camera. Tell me that is not the best invention ever. That side camera. That is the best invention ever.
Suck up with the extra point, and that one is wide of the mark. See how this guy's really close to the top of the screen. Watch Long.
That time, now it's Yahoo. Blinks it, coming back for it. Robinson, again, they missed the tackle.
Oh.
10. Again. It's Hill.
I love the Hail Marys.
Hill missing early action had been on the field for only 10 quarters before today. Together. Now first down back to control. And the Saints take him down at the 39. Then move Rankin to the right side. Second and 18. Puts up edge.
Drop in your face, man-to-man, help inside.
Set up the screen. Williams. Tackled short of the first. I like Tennessee not taking a timeout.
Kick.
Most of the time on the set, we needed to. The kick. It's the inside portion of the left upright. First and 10 on that penalty against the Chiefs. That's it. Takes Kansas City players back. And you got the third and 4 for the Titans. A blitz.
Get nice and close on the screen. I had someone tell me I don't get close on the screen. Of course, get close on the screen. That's too close. Can't see the screen that well. Man, that makes me dizzy. All right.
Oh, I saw that one over there, too. That is a penalty. That's why it was anonymous down there. So I saw that over there. Here's the pass. To Terrell Williams.
Yeah, you brought a, wait, what was the lumens again on that projector? I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Could you type that in real quick? You don't mind typing that in? I didn't catch that. All right, I'm at least, just in case, I'll put some information at the bottom, but like I said, contrast is not going to mean anything if you don't have a black screen. You're just not going to see it. I mean, if you don't believe me, I say simple test. Just go get a black sheet of paper. You've seen our technology against black. 3,000 lumens. I see, okay, I got your contrast right there. Yeah, that's impressive contrast, but the problem is you're not going to see it. You're just not going to see it. Contrast can't show up on a white or gray screen. It doesn't show up, period. I just did a video about, what, half an hour ago or so, but whatever. I had an ultra short throw projector with a 20,000 to 1 contrast, and I had it hit in the gray screen, the white screen, and the black screen. The black screen was the only one that could pull it up. Gray screen can't pull it up. So what you're doing is, in order for you to see, now keep in mind, if you have a 20,000 to 1 contrast, I mean, that's pretty powerful when it comes to contrast. You can even 30,000 to 1. So why are you watching that screen with the lights out? If your black levels are that good on a projector, why are you watching the demonstration with the lights out? If you pull up a star field demonstration and you have to turn out the lights because the lights in your environment are washing out the black levels on your screen, then that tells you right there your screen cannot pull contrast. I can have all my lights on, do a start fill demonstration, and it comes up black. But I can also take another black screen and set it next to my screen and show you the difference in white levels. So that's a big eye opener right there. So if you take a light gray screen or white screen, just take an everyday sheet of black piece of paper, stick it in the middle of your screen, and go to stars. It's called a star fill screensaver. Click on that and show it. And if that image shows up, if you can get your gray screen or light screen to match that black piece of paper in the middle, then your projector's got some amazing contrast, and I like to know where you got it. No. Keep in mind, it is being fair. It's being perfectly fair. If you're going to claim to be able to pull black contrast levels, and I've seen demonstrations on light gray screens and white screens claiming they have the ability to pull black contrast and can't do it. I say stay within your lane. Be honest with your customers. Say, hey, look, all right, it pulls up brighter colors, but when it comes to contrast, contrast is a little low. Be fair, but they're not being fair. They're saying that it pulls contrast when we all know it doesn't. That is impossible. There's no such thing as a gray screen or white screen having the ability to pull a white level. Now, keep in mind, and you might not like this when I say this, but gray screens and white screens are outdated technology. It is. Pretty soon, you're going to see all black projection screen movie screens. It's a changing of the time, man. It's going to happen, and I'm telling you. If that wasn't the case and technology didn't change, you would still have an 8-track player in your car. You'd still be playing on Atari 2600 if technology didn't change. You still would have one of those Sony Walkmans with them big headsets. As a matter of fact, let's go farther than that. Let's go back to the 70s where they had the giant headsets that they used to have, the RCAs, and they had the 2 antennas sticking on each side. Technology has to change. If not, we would still have the old stuff we had before. If you go back and you look at the original projectors that came out, none of this stuff would exist. You'd still be using reel-to-reel projectors with mono sound, with that and the squiggly lines going all through the screen. That's what happens. You have technology has to change. If it doesn't change, then the bottom line is it just gets rolled over and crushed in the process and people forget about it. That's what happens to it. For instance, real quick, if anyone here was born in the era that I was born in, and pretty much I was born in '68, I remember when TVs came out, the tubes weren't even black. They were light gray. So as time changed on, the tube got darker. The 200-inch screen, no, we don't sell the big boys anymore. They sold out. We don't have any more. That was just limited time. We do have the, I think, what can we paint? 2 gallons would paint a 200-inch screen. But like I said, when I was coming up, the screens were gray. When I was coming up, and then they converted over to the Sony Vegas. If anyone ever had a Sony Vega, that was like having a car, lifting a car in your living room. The things were super heavy. Sony Vegas were the first screens that came out that were square on the corners, and they had a bit of a dark gray tint to the tube. And then, voila, now we have OLED, black screens. You have a good one too. Now, if you look at the OLED screens, they look insane. You see the price tag on an OLED for a 90-inch? It's insane. But there's a reason why. It's black technology. So the same thing when you look at these older screens, the white screens. The white screens are just a bunch of these screens that they made back in the day. That's the reason why you had to be in the dark, because a white screen couldn't pull up an image in the dark. You had to be in the dark. That's why black screens had images. They had a black border around them, so that way you can actually size the screen, but the screen can size in that little area. Instead of overexpanding, it would actually fit, because the black would cancel it out. It's old technology. White screens have been around since the beginning when projectors first came out. It's just old technology. Now, if you look at movie screens today, they're silver. They have a kind of a silver tint to them. But pretty soon, when people start realizing that black screens pull up real contrast, kind of has me wonder when I go to the movie theater, am I really seeing real contrast or not? But like I said, it's old technology. And keep in mind, when I pass off this earth and I'm gone, somebody else will pick it up. Every inventor that actually designs something, he dies and somebody else picks it up and makes it better. So after I pass off this earth, somebody else will probably take the same technology I developed and make it 10 times better. Maybe they basically will have the ability to reincorporate it into the movie theaters, or long after I'm gone. Like I said, it's sooner or later, it's a changing of the time, man. It's a changing of the time. If that was the case, we all be driving the Model T Ford. There'd be no such thing as, and if you look at the inside of a Model T Ford, I guarantee the inside of your car is much better than that. There'd be no power brakes, none of that automatic, the windows and all that stuff. When I grew up, it was this. When you wanted to bring the window up, this was the automatic on a window when you wanted to bring it up. That's what it was when I was coming up. We had ashtrays in the cars and all that stuff. My father used to have a 1971 Cadillac. So I grew up in there, and I grew up in an era where we had old cars, okay? But yeah, like I said, it changes with the time. Or better yet, can you imagine trying to do text messaging on a rotary phone? Give you something to think about, doesn't it? All right, so I got to get out of here real quick. I like talking to you all. You guys are amazing. If we have any ladies in there, all of y'all are all amazing. I have fun talking to you all the time. And you guys are awesome. I got to get out of here real quick. I think what I'm going to do in my next video, I'm going to give away a popcorn maker. How about that? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away a popcorn maker. I'll buy a popcorn maker. I think I might buy it tomorrow. I'm going to get a popcorn maker. And I'm going to actually, I'm going to give 2 of them away with an order. All right, got to go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless.